Subtracting shapes essentially means using one shape to cut through another one. When we place this ellipse over this square, the area where these two shapes overlap is going to be removed after we are done with this operation. You can see that this area is actually transparent. Let's see how it's done. So we have these two shapes. We have a square and we have a circle. The first thing we're going to do is make sure the ellipse is sitting on top of the shape that we want to cut through. So if we wanted to create a square-shaped hole into the circle, we would have to arrange them this way. But we don't want to do that. We want to cut a circle-shaped hole into a square. So we're going to select these two, and then we're going to go here and select Subtract Selection. Now what is important to know is that this actually doesn't create a whole new shape. It creates something like a group that you can see here that you can then expand, and you can see that both of these shapes, both of these original shapes are actually intact. And this means that you can move around, you can move these around and change the final outcome. You can change the size of individual shapes, adjust this however you see fit. If you'd like to get rid of this group, you don't want to have, deal with two shapes, you can actually do something what's called flattening. And the way to do this is by pressing Command E. So this created a new shape called Subtract that does not contain any, you cannot expand this. This is a finished shape. This is a whole new path. And I recommend making this only when you are 100% sure that you don't want to change this shape in the future. I would say it's definitely more practical to have this as shown here, where you can actually adjust the position of these. It's more flexible than committing to this. So what's also important to realize is that when you're subtracting a shape that is actually bigger than the shape you want to subtract from, you get nothing. Because if we select these two and then see which area overlaps and then decide to remove this area, which is basically subtraction, then you get nothing, right? So this is what you get. You get an empty shape. So subtracting shapes only makes sense if you don't cover the whole shape you want to subtract from, if that makes sense. And what's also interesting is that once you actually are done subtracting shapes, you can then, for example, round the corners, and you can create some very interesting things. Figma is actually calculating the subtraction in real time and then applying the rounded corners if we set this up. And you could kind of play around with this and explore what's possible. I find it super interesting and super easy. You could create something very organic looking. This looks something like a blob. It looks very soft. So what I really like about this is being able to make changes after you do this process. I think it makes things really easy to work with and intuitive. So this is how you subtract shapes in Figma. If this video helped you, I would appreciate you leaving a like. And if you're interested in this type of content, definitely go and check out my channel. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.